Flip TV Plus.
Good morning, viewers across the globe. It's another edition of Bystanders at Mainstains on Flip TV, the 2nd of September 2023. We are here saying good morning to you all. This is the weekend edition of the program. We have our viewers here ready to analyze what we have on the front pages of these Nigerian newspapers. We have the Punch newspaper and the Saturday Tribune. Saturday Punch and Saturday Tribune. Federal government dismisses coup fear. Ex-generals warn politicians against poor governance. The major story. It reads, federal government dismisses coup fear. Ex-generals warn politicians against poor governance. Minister says no plan for military shake-up. Tinubu not at war with Niger. Good leadership, respect for constitution. Critical, says ex-chief of defense staffs and others. To the next one, we have Labour lists 6 grievances, begins warning strike Tuesday. The Nigeria Labour Congress lists 6 grievances, begins warning strike Tuesday. On to the next one, federal government plans review as tax waivers cop 6 trillion naira annually. Dangote, Lafarge, Honeywell, others may be affected. To the down part of the paper, we have on Nollywood, how attempts to save my marriage failed. That's the Nollywood actor, Bolanle Ninolowo. How attempts to save my marriage failed, says Ninolowo. All right, Ogun. Local government chairman held by prostrating before Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State. Quickly to Nigerian Tribune. High cost of living. Workers to down tools on Tuesday. Still on Nigeria Labour Congress. Workers to down tools on Tuesday. We demand end to insecurity. Release our abducted colleague, doctors tell federal government. On to the next one, local government funds controversy. Ogun Assembly shuts out media from probe session. SSS grills suspended council boss. And the last story we'll be reading to the viewers, ICPC probes bribery allegation against reps. All right, we have our reviewers here. They're set to analyze what we have on the front pages of Saturday Punch and Saturday Nigerian Tribune. Good morning to you, Raphael. Yeah, it's good. That's your palliative. Banana palliative.
To me, we are on air now.
Yeah, we're on air.
Yeah, good morning, viewers. You can see my palliative from Lagos State Governor. My own too. You just collected from Lagos State Government. Yeah. Viewers, thank you for staying tuned every day. We thank you. We honor you. We love you all.
Yeah, the program came a little bit late due to the
because
heavy
of rain.
downpour.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy rain in Lagos today. It started around 4 a.m., right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And up till now, still falling, but currently drizzling. Right. Raphael, Labour to down tools.
Mike, Labour, Nigeria don't have anything like Labour Congress or Labour Union. The first time they were about to protest and everybody supported them, we were hailing them. All of a sudden they went to Abuja. They gave them normal thing. Did you hear anything again?
Normal thing.
They went down normal. Now Nigerian factor. Money. They bribe Labour. I told you. Okay, you were not here then. Christian, I told Kofo. They are not going anywhere. I told the whole world. And it played out. No Labour Union in Nigeria. Our Labour Union has been bought over. And you know Tinubu. Tinubu has bought them. They are not going anywhere. They are very hungry Labour Union. They just need biscuits. He gave them biscuits. That's all. No Labour Union.
Under the leadership of
Ajero. Ajero is nobody. Waba didn't make any effort at all. Okay? Have you had or learned that Waba went on strike for his own tenure? These people are monetized. They have monetized Nigerian labor. Go there, government will bribe you. Don't be a tool to fight government. Simple. That's their own law now.
And it seems Nigerians are not even
Ideology or the meaning for what establishing labor union across the world is. They are the tools civilians use to fight government. You cannot fight government. You don't have gun. You don't have knife. You use labor. TUC, market women, National Transport Road Workers Union. I think so. Yes. You use them. Groups. Thank you. You use them, and they're all under labor. Nigerian Labour Congress is finished. What are you saying? Oh, now Labour Congress. You want to discuss this morning, Mike? Let me tell you, we better discuss important issues. Like, I know you can bring out more better topics because this labor. Oh my God, Mike! It provokes me anytime I read about anything about Nigerian NLC. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
They are nobody. They are nobody.
So, if you are opportune to down to, you won't down to.
If we are pushing to that,
to comply.
If we are pushing to do that, we are doing it on our own. But it should be under the umbrella of NLC. Listen to me. Like, if market women want to strike, I think they can do so. Because say they are under union. They are, an umbrella of TUC, Trade Union Congress. They can do that one. But anything labor, labor in Nigeria of 2003, when Obasanjo just increased fuel, they struck. Labor really actually fought Obasanjo during his tenure. But we don't have labor unions since then. Since the inception of Buhari's administration, labor has never been able to resurrect from that is interminable deaths. They are dead forever. I'm telling you.
All right, away from that. There have been
after Obasanjo, labor is gone. Nothing again. There's no labor in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Raphael. Now, apart from that, let's move to the major topic for today. We have military dismissing the fears of Nigerians about takeover. Now, and they've said that there's no plan to take over, the power from the government.
Fear
Democracy is still real in Nigeria.
Real in Nigeria. Fear of coup scare. There is coup scare. Fear of coup d'etat is the beginning of the wisdom of all African dirty politicians now. See, almighty Nigeria, that their former government, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, had signed military pact with United States of America to make sure that anytime there's a coup or military intervention in Nigerian government, America will come. America has their base at Warri there. The water there. I think understand. Our coastal line, America is there. So anytime they remember American pact with Nigeria, they keep on the loot, they go. I tell you that our problem is the whites. Why should Obasanjo go and sign pact with them? Was he not afraid of coup during his own tenure? Now, they will come if these military guys come to stop this kind of incurable corruption going on in Nigeria. Corruption is endemic here and it can never be cured. That's why Obasanjo had pact with United States of America, so that our military boys will never ever intervene. Yes, they will not stop the politicians, because Obasanjo's pact or bond with U.S. military has given the Nigerian politician the impetus to loot. They loot, they go, baby oku. Carry, they go. They loot, they go, baby oku. Those politicians, they are baby oku. Carry our money, they go. They carry our money, they go America, they go Europe, everywhere. Because the bird, the drummer, something is drumming. The drummers are the Westerners. Our colonizers are the one drumming for them. They will be doing what? Looting. These are the kind of people we had in Europe that will lend Nigeria money. At back, the money we see go back to their banks in Europe. Don't you see how they are recycling our money? It is unfair. No, I'm telling you the truth. They lend you money in billions, stay Paris Club, collect it. They lend you money in trillions, stay Swiss Bank, collected it. They lend you money in billions. They had many accounts scattered all over United States of America. The whole money they lend to us, these politicians, they will siphon those money from Nigeria into those various scattered accounts across United States of America. That's why they come here in Nigeria each and every time we have election, as election observers, someone rig election, they won't do anything. What is the need of coming? And if there is coup, America will shout, everywhere. France, everywhere, running head to scatter because they know what they are benefiting from these illicit activities of our politicians. I'm telling you, fear of coup is the beginning of their wisdom. See, the Francophones, they are waking up now. Cameroon President Paul Biya was there since 1983. If you don't know, after resignation of Amada Hijo, till today, Paul Biya has grown up to 90, nonagenarian, going to century in age, and they still ruling Cameroon. And he has positioned his son, Patrice Biya, is the next Cameroonian president. Is it a running business? Something happened in their neighboring Gabon, their neighbor Gabon. Oman Bango put his son Ali Bongo there. Now so they're supposed to they rule. Is it not? See, let me tell you, that's why presidential system of government is the best. Each tenure expires, you contest again. Second tenure, which is 8 years, you go. Final, my brother. Mike, that's why we are witnessing small peace in this part of the world. Because as you rig election, Nigerians will fall back wearing what? Sewing clothes of what? Patience. Sewing patience as clothes and endurance. 4 years will elapse. You will go your way. Our sovereign will finish. That's why you see us like this. Because Buhari now, we know that Buhari's God Almighty regime administration from 2015 to date. I'm telling you, Nigerians passed through. They went through excruciating pains. And people were just patient so that Buhari will rule for 8 years and do what? And go. So other countries like Gabon, they will emulate Nigeria. It's 4 years tenure. Everybody will go. I'm telling you the truth. So now, Gabon, oh my God. Why are they not operating presidential system of government, Mike? Gabon, since 1967, during the war, Bongo family, now them. Now the man died, his son take over. Paul Biya is going to die. Patrick Biya is going to take over in Cameroon. Why not for 4 years? You segment it. I think you understand. So I think the Francophones, they're just waking up. Enough of all this nonsense. By their colonizers, French. The French is the one that is remoting all these French-speaking countries on the continent of Africa. Because from there, they align with the politicians. They use the politicians as an avenue to siphon uranium, columbites, gold, diamond, even oil. They siphon it from West Africa and what? Build production company in Paris and they bring it back. It is called policy of assimilation. And they will give each and every Cameroonian free visa to Paris. And the Cameroon, Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, Senegal, they are all Ajiba. Hey, France, no, they take a visa. Oh. We are one with them. Let me tell you, they call it policy of assimilation. No production company in all these Francophone countries. It is France that is producing for them. And they bring it back here and they steal their resources and build manufacturing company there. If any country is not producing, production is it. That's why Nigeria is suffering today. Why is Mr. President giving all the governors 5 billion? Use that money, establish across the country 2 production company. Nigeria will wake up. You know what it means? 2 times 36, 72 production companies is something. You will employ Nigerians. Then they carry 5 billion, give governors. Those governors, they have died the money. Are you hearing anything about palliative now? Are you hearing anything about palliative? The money is gone. So what are you saying? See, coup is imminent everywhere, and that is the solution to African problem because our politicians, they are incurable diseases. Yes, they are germs that are causing disease to us. So that's it.
All right, thank you so much, Raphael.
Okay, thank you so much.
Quickly greet some of our viewers across the globe. Dutchman Pounds, good morning. Happy weekend to you. Gladys Oyabo, good morning. King Joe Oba, good morning. Ebere Bishop Ebere, good morning. And we say good morning to you, Oluwaseun Oladimeji. Chidi, good morning. Wisdom indeed, good morning. Butchman Pounds, good morning. Stop and Chop, good morning. Damian Usas, Abu Africa, morning. And so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. Morning,
Good
Mike.
morning, Michael Adekule.
How you doing, sir?
Very well.
It's another great day at the Eastern.
Thank
Quite,
God for the gift of life.
quite dull, right? Because of the weather. it was a very heavy rain.
Yes,
Very
yes.
very heavy one.
The rains are back.
Back. All right, Labour is back. Just like you said, that the rains are back. Labour is back. About down to on Tuesday. Your take on it? Do you still believe in Labour?
Yes, I do. It's a follow up on the last protest, warning strike, they call it then, about a month ago, just to keep the government of the day on its toes, to ventilate their displeasure over the subsidy removal of petroleum products, which has caused untold hardship on Nigerians. And I think that is what they are following up on. Don't forget, the Senate intervened then and asked Labour, they pleaded with Labour to give them some time to speak with the leadership, which Labour obliged them. And I think a follow up to that is what Labour is trying to do now. They felt they have not seen results in terms of necessary palliatives that government promised, in terms of measures to cushion the effect of that toxic policy, I must say, which the Labour is not comfortable with, and I think the planned 2 days warning strike now is just to remind government that we have not backed down on what we said. We have not seen much in terms of your promises having direct or even partial effects on Nigerians, and I think that's what Labour is doing now, and I think they should do that.
Well, many think the planned strike for Tuesday is for Labour to get something into their pockets or into its pockets. So, do you subscribe to that?
That is in the realm of speculation. We can't say that to be true. We can't confirm that it is true. We cannot confirm that it is not. So it lies in the realm of speculation. But for me,
Nigerians have really lost interest in
maybe some,
Labour.
maybe some.
Many.
Okay, okay.
It seems you've not lost interest.
I have not. I'm not saying they are getting it right 100%, but at least don't forget Ayuba Waba is still a bit new in the leadership of NLC, even though he has held a couple of leadership positions in the past and all of that. So we still give him a benefit of the doubt that he knows what he's doing with his team in terms of holding the government of the day accountable to every penny that gets into them. So for me, I still think they are on track.
Or do you see Nigerians complying on Tuesday?
I foresee a partial compliance, just as the last protest. It was partial compliance. All the buses were still in town during the last protest. And incidentally, some of the issues they are trying to address has to do with National Union of Road Transport workers. They are not comfortable with the fact that government deployed security agencies into their premises, and that association has been on lockdown for some time now. It's part of what Labour is demanding that government should address. And unfortunately, some of their members are not also complying with the directives of Labour. So it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
I think there will be an era where petrol price will be, petrol will be sold for 200 naira, per liter. That's what the marketers have said. I think, are you hoping for that era?
Well, every Nigerian should hope for such an era.
You recently said this.
Every one of us should hope for such a time, and ideally, there should not be any reason why we can't have that.
So there are conditions for that,
You are not getting me. This is an oil-producing country. We have the crude here. It is just for our government to fix our refineries and probably build more, or create platforms, or create environments that could make private investors to invest more in that sector and all of that, and that will naturally bring down the prices.
Just like they said it here too. The marketers, said if federal government can ensure that nations' refineries are fixed and functional, just like you said, that there's a guarantee that petrol can sell for less than, is it less than 200 naira?
Absolutely. I believe that too.
Wow.
I believe that too.
But is this achievable?
It is. It's just for our government. For government to get our hearts together and get down to the real work. As I said, don't address the symptoms. Some of the palliative measures that we are having now are just short-term interventions. We need medium-term, we need long-term interventions, and all of that. They have also promised. Don't forget that they promised that the Port Harcourt refinery will come on stream by December. We hope that happens and fix every other refineries that need to be done. Bring in investors that are willing to partner with government in setting up modular refineries and all of that. That's the direction to go, and that is what we ensure that the price comes down, so that Nigerians, maybe for once, can begin to feel like an oil-producing nation. We don't need to go through some of the things we are going through as an oil-producing nation, and I think that's what I believe as well.
Okay, quickly to another story here on the coup. There is phobia outside there.
Phobia.
Serious one. Serious fear that what took place in Gabon, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, some of the African countries, and also surface in Nigeria. And the military has come out the open to say that no, you shouldn't panic. The only advice they give to the politicians is to make sure they do the necessary things for the citizens of the country. And, they've also preached against poor governance. I think the military are communicating, right?
Yeah. See, when the people can no longer see the difference between democracy and military, they will embrace anything. You can call it any name, and I think that's the stage where Africa is at the moment. Unfortunately, it is more within the francophone countries at the moment, and that doesn't mean that even anglophone countries should not be worried. And I think that is why some of these comments are being expressed in certain quarters. Good governance has eluded Africa for long. Leaders claiming to be democratic in Africa have lost touch with democratic values, and that is the truth. You cannot claim to be having a democracy when a man will be in power for decades. You cannot claim to be having a democracy when people are being subverted, when people are being oppressed deliberately. You cannot claim to be having a democracy when the justice system is being eroded by the day. And I think these are some of the dangers that so-called democratic leaders, especially in Africa, has been involved in. Don't forget, the military guys will always point to this, that you are not getting it right in your democratic, in your electoral process, as we are having in the case of Niger and recently Gabon. They claim that those guys didn't win election. So when you are not transparent enough about your electoral process, it's a danger. You are sending dangerous signals to people that are watching, to the military guys that are on the sidelines. They are only waiting for you to get it wrong in some quarters. And that is what Africa is going through at the moment. There is no alternative to what is going on rather than good governance. And I think no country should think they are exempted from all of this. It is unfortunate that we can have people embracing military. Don't forget, it is very unfortunate. It's like going back to Egypt. It is unfortunate that people can applaud a military government. But it is also unfortunate, it is more unfortunate that the so-called democratic governments are not living up to expectations.
All right, thank you so much, Michael.
It's a pleasure,
I
my
wish
brother.
you a very good weekend.
You too, my brother.
All right.